This random
podcast.
Welcome to another edition of This Random Podcast. I'm your host, Rick Sanchez.
And I'm Enzo.
And today we're going to recap 2021. What if 2021 didn't exist?
Dude, I mean, probably be good, right? Or no?
Well, I mean, let's talk about it.
A lot of stuff certainly happened this year.
All right, so do you want to talk about, in general, 2021, what everybody knows? Or do you want to talk about what happened to us in 2021?
We can start with us.
Okay.
For me personally, it was a very challenging year. I think because, to be honest, I felt like I was getting the outcome from the pandemic this year. So what I mean is,
It
like,
worked in your
emotionally, mentally, you know, I was like stuck at home for like 6 months, not for a year, not going to school, just staying home, not really seeing a lot of people. And this year, I felt affected by that, you know. So I kind of like, it just messed with my mind a lot.
So you went from 2020 being like the lockdown mode and...
Yeah, because in 2020, I was living it, you know. So it was kind of like, probably, well, I was living it, so I didn't have the time. I guess I was still going through the process, you know, like
Okay. I guess the uncertainty of what's going to happen type thing.
I guess also like you don't know what's going through your head until you actually something happens, you know. So it's kind of like, for example, let's say I was kind of depressive this year. So that's a process, you know. You don't wake up one day, oh, I'm depressive.
Are you still taking your Midol?
I don't know what that is, so
Oh.
I guess not.
I guess not. I'll get you some.
So, you know, it's a process. So last year I wasn't still feeling that, you know. So it was like over time, it was like from being like alone for a very long time and whatever, not interacting with people and all the, you
Bro,
know.
what are we, chopped liver? You didn't interact with us?
I mean, I did, but I don't think you're enough. Other than that, you know, like it was good. It was good. I've accomplished a bunch of stuff too. But yeah, like mentally, kind of messed with me.
Well, you forgot to mention this year you got COVID too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also did.
Yeah, we got COVID.
We got at the same time.
We all got it.
So yeah, I was fine.
Yeah, but for you it was like,
Yeah,
what
it
do
was
you expect from a
nothing.
21-year-old? You get
Well,
it. Take it out.
I got a tweak vacation.
You did. Yeah, yours was really quick. Yours was, I mean, at least
I was feeling sick. I'm gonna say I wasn't sick at all, but the worst I felt was like 3 days.
Yeah, you didn't see you when I would look at you. Look,
And that was, I was just like indisposed, you know? Like,
yeah.
And that's it.
You weren't yourself, but it wasn't. You didn't look deathly sick.
Right. I've never had a fever.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't to a point like, I need to stay in bed.
Right.
You know, I was always like,
Yeah, you
trying to do
youngsters
stuff.
Kicked right through it.
Right.
Yeah, we got it. I got it much harder. I did get the pneumonia and all
Right.
fun stuff, but yeah, you know, it was an experience. It was totally. I guess it was totally worth it.
yeah, it definitely moved really fast. It moved really fast this year.
Yeah.
For me, it moved like crazy fast. Because you were saying, I was like, was that this year that I got COVID? It was like 4 months ago.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it was a good. I agree. I think it was a good year. You know, different changes.
Right.
You know, as far as even in like this style of what I was doing before, you know, we got used to 2020, everything being so locked down, and you know, based on the nature of what I do, it just felt like this year was more active. People were going around. We had a lot of some of our clients with what I do. Some people still wear masks, some people don't. So that's an uncertainty. You don't know. You know, you don't know if people still want to shake
you
your
also
hand.
have to
If they don't
like
want to shake your hand,
relearn how to interact with people.
I know that's so
Yeah.
strange. And I'm a hugger. I'm a
Right.
handshaker. I'm a very like, you know, hey, what's up type person.
Right.
I'm not gonna say in your face because I don't like to, you know, I don't like to be those coaches that sit in front of your face and spit in your face. You know,
Right.
But, you know, I definitely like to interact with people.
Yeah.
And that's still been like, I don't know. Sometimes I fist pump people.
Right.
I don't know. But,
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, at least in the neck of woods where we live, it's not that bad. But I can imagine living in other states. I'd probably
Right.
shoot myself. I'd
Yeah.
be like, I don't even know what to do with you, buddy. So
I know.
maybe that's where the metaverse would work. Oh, so
Yeah, that's true. It's safe.
It's totally
It's COVID free. Or
Yeah.
maybe what if the virus go online? You
Oh
know?
man, and they erase you.
Right. Oh, dang, let's not go down that way. But we can talk about this. That'll be
wow.
interesting.
That's a good one. Definitely go down.
Probably
that.
once the metaverse is out, we'll come back to it and
Yep.
explore it.
Well, let's move on because I mean I was gonna say I did have the blessing of, even though my grandmother got sick in February, I was able to go see her. She, thank God, is good. And then we traveled to South America once on vacation, and that was fun.
Yeah.
And anyways, we'll talk about that because one of those topics is on our list. So this year, let's recap. What did we start this year with? And I was like, how did we start 2021?
Dude, I think the very beginning, we had that protest at the U.S. Capitol.
At the Capitol? Yep. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, the Capitol
Yeah.
riot. Dude, did you know that I was going to go?
What?
So, yeah. So, true story is my nephew, I don't know if you know, I mean, you know my nephew. He is a huge Trump supporter.
Okay.
And I'm more like, you know what? I'll go. Like, I did support Trump more, but I was just like, you know, I really don't care. As long as
Yeah.
people do the right thing, I don't care.
Okay.
And I figured, you know, I'm going to take him. I think it would be cool for him to go.
Oh my gosh.
And I told my wife, she's like, no, honey, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's
Of
not that
course, you
far.
didn't expect that to happen.
No, I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be crazy, but I
Right.
never thought, you know, like it was going to be coming to
Like
this issue.
violence.
Yeah, but you know, right now I would really like to have been there, just because I really would like to have known what happened. Because of course,
Okay.
one thing we've learned in 2020 and 2021 is the news. You can't rely anyone. You can't rely on any news
True.
source, because some people will be like, well, no, it's Fox. That's the truth. Oh no, it's CNN. Listen,
Right.
To me, they're all one huge propaganda. They just their goal is to pretty much put people on two sides and make them fight.
Right.
So however you want to call it, that's fine. But you know, it's like I would have loved to have been a citizen journalist, just sitting there
Okay.
being like, okay, what's going on?
Just-
What happened?
Yeah.
So I would have liked to have been boots on the ground. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we had that one.
Right.
And actually, did you know? I think he may still be. And I may be wrong. And listeners, if you hear this and I'm wrong, you're welcome to send us a message and correct me. But I know at least until the last time I heard, which was like a month ago, the guy that was wearing the horns and everything,
Yeah.
the Capitol dude, and like 2 or 3 other people were still in prison with no trial, no nothing from that time. They got them and they put them in jail, and they haven't served them
Wow.
nothing. Like,
Really?
yeah, so they're still there. So
They're just like waiting.
they're just waiting.
Wow.
So this is recent because we just got the verdict yesterday. But since we said trials, we had the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Do you follow that at all?
No.
That was the accomplice to Jeffrey Epstein and
Oh.
sex trafficking stuff and all that.
Okay.
And dude, it's like I was waiting for her to drop name. I don't care whose name she drops. I
Yeah.
really don't care. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna be political, dude. I don't care. But if this was such big news, and if Epstein either hung himself or they
Right.
killed him or whatever, I thought it would be like, man, this should have been good news. It should have been
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm gonna expose these people.
Right.
And it's like, no, we convicted her or 6 counts or whatever, and that's it. It's like, is anybody else going down with her? Because honestly, I don't care if you convicted her.
Yeah.
I care what she knows. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not one for torture, but you know, if that's how you got to get news out of
Yeah.
it, that's how you get information out of people. This is important
Right.
because supposedly she holds a lot of big, high-profile names.
Yeah. So are they gonna stop? Like, are they done? Or are they gonna keep looking for her?
Listen, this is my take on it. If she has high-profile names that she knows that she can bring down,
Right.
I guarantee you that everybody that was around that trial has already been threatened. Who knows?
Because they did have a list, right?
Yeah, supposedly have a list.
Okay.
And I don't care. Like some people, because people know that I'm conservative, and they're like, "Oh, you know, Trump might be on the list." I don't care if he's on that list. If
Right.
he's on that
If
list,
you do something wrong,
fantastic.
yeah.
Like,
Same thing. Dude,
it all counts.
one of my favorite actors was Kevin Spacey.
Yep.
Like he was doing he has great movies. He was doing such a good job with one of my favorite shows, House of Cards. And then like everybody found out who he actually was.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I don't like this guy anymore. You know, like I don't care where you stand. Like if you're a bad person, you're a bad person.
Yeah, and that brings me to my next point, because you know what? Now we have our new president, Joseph R. Biden. You know, and we have
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe, and we have Kamala Harris. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. Personally, I think, like you just said, we should have the ability to call a spade a spade.
Right.
If something's not good, it's not good. If something's good, call it good. But unfortunately, we have this thing where if you're on a side, you have to stick to your side. You
Yeah.
have to be loyal. You know, the guy can be out there slaughtering. I don't want to say it because they always say, he's a pedophile, but he can be out there slaughtering, innocent pigs, whatever,
Right.
or cute little lambs, and people will be like, "Well, no, it was for a good cause." It doesn't matter. He's not doing a good job. He's
Right.
not doing a good job. And we've seen it. He's had at least with the whole Biden thing, there's been a lot of weird, interviews, and I don't know how much you follow that, but anyways, I thought that's.
I don't. I just what I see is the memes that he can't say one full sentence that makes sense.
And he can't. That's the scary thing. You know what? And listen, once again, unfortunately, I really think the goal was to bring Kamala Harris in the whole time. He's
You
the
really,
first.
you think eventually she's gonna step up?
Oh yeah, I think he mentally can't do it.
Mm.
He can't, and the
Okay.
obvious choice is
How old is he?
78,
Okay, yeah,
79. I mean, dude, my grandmother is 90, and my grandmother can outspeak him.
right.
So I don't think that's the case. It's just that mentally he can't do it.
Okay,
So to me, it's more of a okay. Do we replace this guy, which I think is the obvious thing that they need to do, and the vice president is the one who steps in.
right.
And I don't know how much more we want Kamala Harris in there. You know, not that I care that she's a woman or she's of color. That's not the point. I just don't agree with her. I mean, that's another. You know. Anyways, but yeah, it's just very, very like, oof. I don't know. Just very interesting because it to me, like a president speaking the way he speaks shows weakness throughout the world.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Like I didn't know. Like I was living in Brazil during the Obama administration. I didn't know anything about Republican or Democrat. I didn't know anything about it. Anything, bro. But he was a great speaker.
he was.
So I was like, I like this guy because he just shows confidence and trust. You know, like he sounds like he knows what he's doing. So it's like, all right, cool.
I totally agree. You know, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, dude. And if that guy, he was very diplomatic. He was good at speaking. I
Right.
mean, once again, I may not have supported him, but man, I love to listen to Obama speak.
Yeah.
It was like, it's kind of mesmerizing. You're like, wow, this guy's a great speaker.
Yeah. Right.
So, and that's the point. It's like, how do we have somebody up there who can't put a whole sentence together and
Yeah.
be like, okay, this is a great idea. It's like, really?
Right.
Anyways, let's keep moving. So, what else did we have for this year? Anything else on the political spectrum, if you will?
Dude, something that I remember is the incident. I don't know if you can call it an incident in the Kabul airport.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that.
Dude, yeah.
With the when
The plane like was the U.S. Air Force plane was taking off.
right.
I don't remember the political reason. Was it like radicals and that took over or something?
No. So my understanding is that we've always wanted to pull out of Afghanistan,
Okay.
and it's supposed to be a plan. You know, you do it. I can't think of
Yeah.
the word in English, but you do it by stages. You know, okay, let's pull out this, and who
Right.
knows? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. We probably were never gonna pull out anyways.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's like you do it by stages and you get your equipment back and whatnot. Well, what happened is, I don't know who, of course, the news will tell you Joseph Biden did it, but whatever. This administration said, all right, we're getting out of there. And it
Yeah.
was like, today we're here, tomorrow we're not. And they just pulled out. And a lot of people, ambassadors and soldiers, secretaries, people that work
Yeah.
there were left behind.
Right.
And they were like, okay, anybody who can get on this plane, get on. So, you know, a lot of the natives or not natives, I don't want to say natives, but the citizens of Afghanistan were jumping on that plane, you know, people that actually helped the U.S.
Yeah.
And they knew that if they stayed behind, it was not going to be good for them
Right.
because they supported the U.S.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you guys are fine while the U.S. is here protecting you. But once you leave, you guys are done.
Oof.
So,
I actually need to like. I want to see what happened to them. You know, if they're alive, they're
well, they're here. I'm sure our taxes are covering for them.
okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, maybe not my taxes. I would say more like the rich people's taxes. But anyways, you
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
They're definitely here.
Yeah. Like I didn't remember the reasons for all the stuff that happened, but I remember it was pretty crazy.
Bro, I was waiting for like a Tom Cruise moment, like one of them to grab onto the side of the plane and hold on, like, could you imagine?
Oh,
You would have
dude.
made it all the way to the U.S.
That's impossible.
Well, that's why it's called Mission Impossible.
Hey yo. Yep.
The doom. So, all right. So, what about the election audit? What'd you think about that?
Oh man. To be honest with you, it's like all those people. They're like, you know what? It was all a scam. Trump actually won, and I know some people to this day believe that Trump won. I was like, you know what? One.
Juan.
Juan.
Yo, I feel like
Juan.
racist. Juan.
Bro, like I don't care if won. You know, I don't care what side I stand. If you won, I'm gonna believe whatever. Even if I don't believe, I'm just gonna go. I don't think I can actually do anything to change that. You know, I'm not gonna like storm into the U.S. Capitol and it's like, you know what, you guys are wrong. You guys were a bunch of scammers. I don't care. It's like, hey, Biden won, good for him. If Trump won, good for him. That's my stand. I don't care.
And I do like what you're saying because here's the thing. Like, I remember when Trump was president, there were so many memes. That's not my president.
Right.
That's not my president. And when Trump was getting elected.